Welcome to the ultimate convergence of television satire and harsh political reality, where the fictional nation of superhero satire series finally figured out how to handle a rogue, narcissistic superhero, and it looks a lot like a modern American election cycle. In a brutal, highly anticipated series finale, the godlike rogue nationalist superhero is stripped of his superpowers by a weaponized virus and unceremoniously executed by vigilante anti-hero right inside the Oval Office. It is the perfect, bloody exclamation point on a series that spent years serving as a thinly veiled parody of American power, media cults, and populist-coded populism. The deep irony, of course, is that while it took the fictional American public 5 seasons to realize their favorite television savior was a literal national security threat, real-world voters just call that a standard 4-year political hangover. According to media analysts tracking the cultural impact of the finale, the choice of the Oval Office as the character's final appearance in the final act is a clear final resting place was entirely deliberate. Throughout the final season, rogue nationalist superhero transitioned from a corporate-sponsored celebrity into a The series wrapped up with a dark, uncompromising look at a fractured America that had willingly handed its democratic institutions over to an unstable deity. By using a virus to level the playing field, the show brutally reminded its audience that no matter how much flag-waving armor a leader wears, they are ultimately fragile, human, and bound to the destructive
consequences of their own hubris. This fictional assassination hits incredibly close to home for a modern audience living through the
hyper-polarized landscape of 2026. The real power of the narrative wasn't the superhero CGI, it was the terrifyingly accurate depiction of how easily a population can be hypnotized by televised messianism. When rogue nationalist superhero bleeds on the historic presidential carpet, the show isn't just killing a villain, it is performing a post-mortem on the concept of American exceptionalism.
It exposes the danger of mixing celebrity worship with executive power, proving that when a society trades institutional checks and
balances for a charismatic strongman in a cape, the cleanup process is always going to require a lot of hazmat suits and a total systemic reset. The cinematic visualization of this finale is absolute peak political satire. Imagine the iconic Oval Office, traditionally a symbol of global democratic stability, looking like a high-end slaughterhouse. Rogue nationalist superhero is slumped against a resolute desk, his pristine American flag cape stained with dirt and defeat, his godlike laser eyes permanently extinguished. Vigilante anti-hero stands over him, holding a crowbar, looking completely unimpressed to the historical surroundings. Smash cut to the White House press briefing room, where a frantic press secretary is sweating profusely under the stage lights, desperately trying to explain to reporters why the government's chief defense asset just melted. Then, pan out to an average American household watching the breaking news. They take a long sip of coffee, sigh, and flip the channel to a real-world political debate that features almost the exact same rhetoric, completely unfazed by the fictional apocalypse. Ultimately, superhero satire series delivered a spectacular, bloody warning to the American public. A television star might look invincible when wrapped in the flag and bathed in perfect studio lighting, but once you strip away the broadcast signal and read the fine print of the contract, you're always left with a very human mess in the highest office of the land.